What's up everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today, we'll be covering the finale of this What If. Originally, the scenario started off as a What If mini, but there was so much interest in it that I decided to continue into Super. And in a way, it still kind of is a mini scenario. A lot of my other scenarios are longer, and this one has only 3 parts. But with the setup I provided in the last part, I needed to dedicate an extra episode to the Tournament of Power. As you could tell, there's a lot of different things here. For this video, let's set a like goal of 2,500 likes. And with that out of the way, let's conclude this scenario. So let me start off correcting 2 things from the last part. For one, I mentioned Trunks. And apologies for that because he doesn't exist here. Zamasu never attacks his timeline because there is no Trunks' timeline. As for Zamasu, he's alive and well here, not killing mortals and going crazy. This is the result of me juggling too many scenarios at once. So, I apologize and I'll go into the corner taking a timeout for my mistake. Alright, I'm back for my timeout. Another mistake, I mentioned Piccolo and Nail. Since Piccolo and Nail never fused here, the person on Universe 7's team isn't the Namekian savior, it's actually just Nail, with all the other Namekians fused into him. So instead of a nameless Namekian hero, we have Nail who actually gets to do something for once. Cool! And also, a lot of you did mention Broly in the last part's comments. And it is a good idea to bring him up, because I feel like it's a little bit unlikely for him to come here. Broly is on a seemingly dead planet with little to no activity, and most likely he'd go under Beerus and Whis' radar. The other fighters on the team are much more prevalent, and much more unique. Beerus would be aware of the Frieza Force, the Galactic Patrol, Namek, and the Machine Mutants because they're all easy to find and in big groups. And frankly, I feel like bringing in Broly feels a little too easy and predictable for Universe 7. I've done it before, other people have done it before, so I wanted to do something a bit more unique this time. Bringing in characters from GT spices it up a bit. And if the Machine Mutants were to exist in this universe, they'd be much more likely to pop up than Broly is. This wasn't a mistake, this was intentional, but it's worth mentioning because a lot of people were asking. Whew, okay. 2 small retcons and a side note. Now with that all done, we could actually get into the meat of this part. So with so many Saiyans in Universe 6, the most obvious thing to do is a ritual. As I've said before in many other videos, a Super Saiyan God bargain sale. This time in Universe 6 though. Gohan, Kaba, Kale, and Caulifla would get Super Saiyan God. As for Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan, they're much weaker than normal. But as for the team overall, it's broken, with a lot of other members being stronger than their canon counterparts. And as for all the Saiyans, the funny thing is, Super Saiyan God is their only transformation right now, at least that they know of. They don't even have Super Saiyan, because as I mentioned last time, Vegeta already assumed he was a Super Saiyan, just like he did on Namek, same with Goku and Gohan. In terms of power scaling for the team, let's go like this. The strongest member would be Piccolo, with all the Universe 6 Namekians within him. Behind him is Hit, and then followed by that is Vegeta. Close behind Vegeta is Goku and then Gohan. Another tier below that we have Kale, and then below that we have Kaba and Caulifla who are on the same level. And finally, we have Tenshinhan, then followed by Krillin. Or at least, you may assume they're this low. I know a lot of you are thinking, Krillin, Tenshinhan, what are they gonna do? But, with the ability to use Ultimate, as I've mentioned before, they're very strong, like really strong. And before the tournament, they even decide to train a bit in the Room of Spirit and Time. This will help further their Ultimate form, and solidify their spots as powerful members on the team. And after this training, because how potent Ultimate is, I wouldn't be surprised if this puts them on par with some of the other strong Saiyans, possibly letting them go past Kale, Caulifla, and Kaba. With all the training they've done in the past, and now this training on top of it, you could tell they've seen some great gains. The tournament begins. Right away, many of the fighters are eliminated from Universe 10, Universe 9, and Universe 4, with a few small exceptions. Vegeta is obviously keen to pick up on Universe 7's team. It's actually pretty funny. Beerus recruited the Frieza Force? Vegeta actually laughs at this. And since he's biased, he wants to attack them first. King Cold chuckles as he commands the Frieza Force members to attack Vegeta. And with one hit, Vegeta eliminates Shisami and Tagoma, leaving only King Cold left. He brushes it off, those two are weaklings anyways. King Cold is the main course. He wants to savor this moment anyways, he really wants to defeat Vegeta. Prepared to have fun, King Cold lunges at him. And with his training, his attacks are actually able to keep up with Vegeta's base form. It gets him a little too confident, because little does Cold know, Vegeta can actually transform, and it's not some power suppression like his son has. It's vastly different. Vegeta has had his fun, so mid-battle, he turns into Super Saiyan God. King Cold is surprised at first, but then makes fun of it. What, his hair's red? What's he gonna do with that? Well, Vegeta volunteers to show him, and with a massive final flash, he knocks King Cold out. He hopes King Cold enjoyed the taste of his full power. But there's one other person that enjoys this. Another person with a grudge against Vegeta and the Saiyans as a whole. Without Vegeta noticing, he's suddenly ambushed by Baby, someone who he didn't even pay attention to before. With Vegeta now at his full power, this was the perfect time to strike. And Baby is successful. he takes over Vegeta, as Beerus laughs in the stands. He expected some great things from this life form, and tells Baby now to knock Vegeta out and jump out of his body. But Baby Vegeta, he doesn't care. He's gonna keep this body and continue fighting. All these other Saiyans, they're his targets. You know, it's a good thing Broly wasn't on their team. That wouldn't have paired well with Baby. Everyone is of course wary of Baby Vegeta now, and Piccolo warns everyone not to go full power. He's been observing Baby this entire time, and Baby had plenty of opportunities to strike at Vegeta, but he only attacked once Vegeta fully powered up. So Piccolo assumes that this left him open, for some reason or another. So now, they'll have to try to knock Baby Vegeta out without using their full power. Definitely a hard task. Luckily for literally everyone there, Jiren never went full power, because otherwise we'd have Baby Jiren and everyone would basically be dead. Jokes aside though, they have this target at hand now. Krillin decides he's ready to sacrifice himself. If he lands a killing blow on Vegeta, that'll end up killing Baby, while Vegeta would just regenerate. Well, theoretically. He charges a massive Destructo Disc, launching it at Baby Vegeta. It cuts him in half, but he just regenerates. Baby can do that too. Damn, they can't just injure Baby, they'll have to fully kill him. As many of the other fighters avoid Baby, Baby ends up attacking Krillin, deciding he's the next target. But Krillin quickly lowers his power. He's in a tough spot though. Without any help, and without his full power, he's no chance against Baby. And he's about to be knocked out, but he's saved by Tenshinhan. Keeping his distance, Tenshinhan joins in to help Krillin. As the two try and face Baby Vegeta, the two decide to use one of Tenshinhan's most powerful moves, one that Krillin has picked up in his time of training. Together, they both charge up powerful Kikohos. Baby assumes they're charging up to fight, and he notices that they're now at full power. What idiots! Now, he can take control of them. Leaving a bit of himself in Vegeta's body, he then jumps out, ready to take control of one of them, but just as he does, the two launch their Kikohos. And now with Baby exposed, he's incinerated by the blasts, as well as Vegeta behind him. Luckily, Vegeta does regenerate. He is immortal after all, but Baby is dead. Thankfully, this means they save Vegeta, but now Krillin and Tenshinhan are eliminated, and Vegeta thanks the two. Good thing Baby wasn't fighting too seriously, otherwise they may have not stood a chance. Piccolo ends up facing off against Nail, saddened to have to do this. They both have similar stories. Every Namekian from their respective universes are merged within them. Piccolo's pretty sad to hear about his planet, with Nail feeling the same about Universe 6. With Nail quickly coming to learn that Piccolo was originally from Universe 7. But he tells Piccolo not to worry. They have a pretty interesting member on their team, a Yard Rat named Paibara. He tells Piccolo Paibara offered to defuse all the Namekians after the battle, meaning Universe 7's Namek will be okay. Piccolo's amazed not knowing this was even possible. And this actually gives him an idea, with Nail getting a similar one as well. It's clear that in this battle, Piccolo is the stronger one, and the two decide to create an alliance. So Piccolo asks Nail, they should team up. He wants Nail to fuse into him, all of Universe 6's Namekians and Universe 7's combined. Nail sees where he's coming from, they could always get unfused later, and this way they both have a better shot at surviving. He agrees, and during the tournament, he fuses into Piccolo. An unlikely alliance between Universe 6 and 7 is created. Jaco of course is on their side, as is Paibara. As for the other fighters, not so much. The good thing is, Sagambo's not too hard to defeat, but Lute and General Rildo are a bit of a problem. The Saiyans are ready to face off against them, but then Piccolo comes in, easily knocking these two out, but leaving Jaco and Paibara in. Zeno's actually pretty excited to see this, an alliance between universes. It makes him pretty happy. Maybe the mortals aren't too far gone after all. They may actually give him the wish that he wants. But there's still one big issue, and that's Jiren. Hit has already ended up trying to face Jiren, using his time abilities to try and knock him out. But, much like normal, Hit inevitably got defeated. Piccolo tries facing Jiren next, and is actually a pretty good match for him, until Jiren begins powering up further. Piccolo is joined by the rest of Universe 7 and the two fighters from Universe 6, but even with all their combined might, it's still not enough. They're getting a bit concerned. Jiren's actually gonna win, isn't he? But they have an ace up their sleeve. Before the tournament, Champa decided to give two fighters the Potara earrings. With these, two fighters could temporarily fuse. However, it's not Kale and Caulifla who got them this time. He gave them to two stronger Saiyans instead, Goku and Vegeta. The two decide it's finally time to pull out the earrings. In mid-battle, they back up temporarily. They hope this works, as the two place earrings on and then fuse. Jiren is preoccupied by his fight with everyone else, but then sees that Goku and Vegeta are now gone. He then receives a powerful gut punch, as a fighter speeds past him. He actually wasn't expecting this. Who was that? Jiren turns, and he sees who it was.
Take a good long look. This is the true power of Vegito!
Standing behind him is a brand new fighter, one who dubs himself Vegito. The rest of the team is elated to see this, as Vegito then begins powering up. Naturally, he goes into Super Saiyan God, but with a twist. He needs all the power he can get, so he summons part of Kakarot's side. Combined with the red aura of Super Saiyan God, another blazing red aura appears, as the fusion yells out Kaioken. With the help of Piccolo and the other Universe 6 fighters behind them, Vegeta was able to help turn the tides a bit. Jiren begins powering up more, and still does retain somewhat of an advantage. But with Piccolo and Vegito there, with God Kaioken, it's not like it's a cakewalk for him, especially with all the other fighters from Universe 6 supporting them, and the 2 from Universe 7. I'm sure Jocko's really turning the tides here. They're all able to fight a few minutes, and they wear Jiren out a good amount. He's actually losing stamina. They're not able to knock him out, but they're slowly chipping away at his abilities. They just need one final push, but surprisingly, Vegito ends up defusing. Wait, what? This was supposed to last an hour. That should have been more than enough time. Too bad for Vegito, because he was operating at full power 100% of the time he was fighting. Not only was he in God, but he had Kaioken on top of that. And it's not like he was regulating how much energy he was using either. This caused him to defuse early, but still, the damage against Jiren is done. It's good, they just need to find a way to run out the clock. But how are they supposed to work around Jiren himself? The remaining fighters are Piccolo, Gohan, Goku, Vegeta, Kale, Caulifla, and Cabba, with Paibara and Jocko helping. And they all try their best to stay in the ring while fighting Jiren. It's only a few more minutes, they could do this. But it becomes increasingly clear, they might not be able to. Suddenly, Vegeta remembers, he does have one more option. But he's not sure it'll work and he needs a big opening for it, like a really big opening. Just in case it doesn't work. He begins taunting Jiren, trying to get Jiren to fight him alone. The rest of the team is confused, what's he trying to do? But they can tell Vegeta has some sort of plan, so they let him continue. Jiren faces Vegeta alone, as Vegeta draws him closer to the edge of the ring. Once they're far enough away from the group, now's his shot. He jumps onto Jiren, hugging him. What? Jiren doesn't know how to react to this. Is Vegeta attracted to him or something? But he quickly realizes it's not that, as Vegeta then gets coated in energy, charging himself up. As he once did before, he self-destructs with Jiren in his arms, completely disappearing as every bit of him disintegrates. Of course, Jiren's able to survive this, as does Vegeta. But the one thing not to survive is the ring below them. Within a certain radius around Vegeta, pretty much everything was decimated. There's not even any stray rocks that Jiren can jump off of. A massive portion of the ring, almost half of it, is missing now, as Vegeta regenerates around Jiren and the two fall into the void. The only contestants left are from Universe 6 and 7. Jocko and Paibara thank everyone, and the remaining gods wonder why they're not scared. Well, they know what Universe 6 wants to wish for, so the two of them jump out. This was a very impressive showing to Zeno. Sure, a lot of fighters were acting selfish, but this small alliance between Universe 6 and 7 gave him hope. Yeah, of course these fighters were from Universe 7 beforehand, but the only person they actually knew was Jocko. They teamed up with these complete strangers, trusting them, wanting to save both the universes and everyone else. And of course, the wish that Zeno expected is made. So in terms of MVP here, it would probably be Piccolo or Goku. Goku because of Vegito, and Piccolo because he's able to put up a good fight against Jiren. But pretty much everyone in the ring had the same idea. No matter who won, they wanted to restore every single universe. And the wish is made. All the universes are restored, and Zeno was more than content. After Paibara defused all the Namekians, including all the Universe 6 ones, they all head home, and it's a little bit cramped because there's so many Namekians there now. You know, it's kinda weird. They're actually growing pretty used to Universe 6. I mean, all their friends and family are here, and they've made new acquaintances on Sadala and other planets. And Champa is pretty pleased, so he's not being a bad god of destruction. They won the tournament and thoroughly impressed Zeno, and Universe 6's mortal level got raised, so he's happy. All the fighters say farewell to each other, with Goku and Vegeta promising to visit Sadala once again, and Piccolo thanking the Namekians for their help. Hit also congratulates everyone and departs. And now, with peace restored, the scenario has concluded. So what did you guys think about this part? And while I'm not continuing this, do you guys think everyone would remain in Universe 6, or would they eventually return to Universe 7? Leave all your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. I'll be sure to check them out to see what you guys think. As always, if you liked the video, be sure to drop a like, and let's try to hit that like goal from the beginning of the video. If you haven't already, why not subscribe, as well as hitting the bell icon to get notified about any future uploads on my channel. Thank you all for watching, thanks for supporting this scenario until the end, and I'll see you all in my next video.